Hey guys, stay tuned because before this video is over, we're gonna do a first crank on this 429 Thunderjet engine I just rebuilt again. Yeah, check it out. Welcome back to the shop. My name is Ratrod Bob and I build stuff. So yeah, I hadn't put up a video in a while, but I've been getting a lot of stuff done. Some of it I didn't really want to do, but I had to do. Yeah, but it's all good. Hey, stick around. I'll show you what I've been up to. Yeah, I pulled the engine out. Actually, I had to get a steering shaft out. I can't explain it, but yeah. But I got to modify the steering shaft, move it around a little bit so to clear the dash. So I'm waiting on some new joints and stuff to get that back in. But I got Falkenstein in the shop right now, fitting the dash in. Of course, I got a long way to go, but it's gonna be something like that. Only much nicer when I get done. Falkenstein. Yep. I don't have none of this mounted yet. It's just kind of sitting in there. I got to brace it all up. Paint this panel red. Gonna get some stitches. I got to fill in some blanks. Hey, it's gonna be great. So Michael wanted a rat roddy dash to match the rest of the rat rod. So I got it pretty ratty. It's pretty ratty. It's gonna be great. Falkenstein. This side looks even a little bit more ratty. Hey, it ain't perfect, but who cares? It's a rat rod. And plus, it looks a lot better than what it did without a dash, that's for sure. I had to modify the steering shaft. I had a joint and a Heim joint to hold it steady. I had to move it over a little bit for the dash to work. I had to do that to get the dash in where it even looks halfway, the steering wheel halfway lined up with the center of the dash. So yeah, I had to modify that. So now I'll get this out and build the engine for a 34 again. Yeah, that. So I got my engine block back, the 429 Thunderjet engine from the machine shop. They got it hot tanked, cleaned up, new cam bearings. They pulled the oil galley plugs out, flushed it all out, so we should be fine. Yeah, you hone the cylinders. Of course, you know, it ain't got but an hour running since it was bored out, so it's fine. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Retrofit hydraulic roller lifters. Comp cams, roller cam. There's a spec sheet on the cam. It's a 270 grind. XR 270 HR, which roller. Yeah. 521 lift, 270, 276 duration. So I got my crankshaft cleaned up. Washed it with gas, blowed it out with brake cleaner, all galleys, all holes. Washed it with water, blowed it out with air, wiped it down with a rag. Same with the cam. I know that's a comp cam, but that's a good looking cam if you ask me. It ought to be as much as it costs. I think that's probably $500-600 right there. It's a pretty good duration. It's not really high or low lift, but it's got that roller cam profile, that long duration, so it'll be great. So I mixed me some Rotella diesel oil and a little bit of Lucas to make some assembly lube. And I already got some on the cam bearings, all of them. I like to put the cam in first so I can get my hand down in there, and if I got to help guide it. So I'm gonna start lubing the cam, sliding it in, and get it in first. Then we'll get crankshaft in and go from there. So I got my crank installed and number one piston. I just want to put number one in now because I want to check the cam timing degree to make sure it's right, because this bottom gear's got 3 notches, you know, one for straight up and one for 4 degree advanced, one for 4 degree retarded, blah, blah, blah. And I lost the instruction sheet because that was like 4 years ago I built this. And so I got it on the middle one. I think it's the right one, but I want to double check with the degree wheel to make sure that's the right notch. So first thing I want to do, I got my degree wheel on. I got a pointer, good old number 9 wire right there. And I got my dial indicator on the dead center of the number one piston. And what I want to do is get the piston all the way up and set the dial indicator to 0. So I'll turn it a little bit. Yep, I got it on 0. Okay, that's all the way up. Piston's all the way up, it's on 0. Now what I want to do, I want to turn it before top dead center at like 20 thousandths before. So I want to get it on 80. Right there. And check my degree wheel. I'm at 5, 6, 7.5. So I'm at 7.5 before top dead center. Now I want to turn it clockwise until it goes back up and back down 20 thousandths. I'm just tapping this, go slow. Right there. Okay. As you can tell, I already got it set because now I'm at 5, 6, 7.5 degrees after top dead center. So 7.5 before, 7.5 after. So if I get it back up to 0, I'm at top dead center right there. Now, if it was off a little bit, I just bend my pointer a little bit each way or turn the degree wheel, whichever. But right now, I'm at perfectly top dead center with number one piston. Yeah, I'm not going to show you building the whole engine, but I mean, you guys see me knock pistons in and all that stuff. Degree in the cam, I done that when I built the Demon Falcon years ago. I think that video is not even up anymore, but I had the degree wheel on the 496 stroker motor. So I'm just showing you again how I do it. Next thing I need to do is get a lifter and the intake for number one. Since it's link bar connected, I put both lifters in. So now that we got top dead center, well, it's not on top dead center right now, but we got it, the pointer at top dead center. When it's at top dead center, we already checked that. So now I'm gonna put the lifters in the intake lifter on number one. I got push rod in on my dial indicator. I want to turn it till the lifter is all the way up and 0 out the dial indicator, which I've already done, but let's check it. I'm turning it clockwise. let's see, we're at 0. So I want to turn it back to it gets 50 thousandths before all the way up. And you always want to turn clockwise in case there's any slack in the chain. So I'm gonna turn it, I'm gonna bump it a little bit. I'm just bumping it with my hand. Whoop, pass it up. 50. I want to get that number. We had 100. So we at 63 and a half. So I want to put that number on my calculator, 63.5. Now I want to turn it clockwise until it goes back up and starts going back down until we get to 50 thousandths. Oop. Close enough. See what that number is. So we have 157 and a half. So I want that number. 63 and a half plus 157 and a half equals 221 divided by 2. Start over again. Something happened. All clear. Okay, 63.5 plus 157.5 equals 221 divided by 2. 110.5. So we're 4 degrees off because the intake center line on the cam card let's see, yeah, intake center line 106. So we're 4 degrees off. So I got it in the wrong notch. I kind of thought that. So I need to change, I need to put this on a different notch so we can get it where it needs to be. So I'm just gonna turn it till I get back on top dead center or get the cam right there. So I think I need this one with a 0 on it. So we're gonna pull this off. Very carefully without bumping the pointer. Okay, now we'll turn this into that 0 notch. And get this lined up. That dot with that, I'm off of one length. There we go. Try that. All right, same thing. I'm gonna turn it, that lifter comes all the way up. There it comes. There it is. All right, I want to back it to 50 thousandths. What's our number now? We're at 59 and a half. So this time, now we're at 59 and a half, 59.5 plus. Now we'll turn it till it goes back all the way up and back down to 50,000. Right there. Yeah, we're at 50 thousandths. Now what's the number? We're at 152 and a half. So 59 and a half plus 152 and a half equals 212 divided by 2, 106. There we are. Now we got it. It's kind of complicated, huh? But regardless, you're seeing how I got top dead center. Just bring the piston down a little bit, back up a little bit, and get the dead center of those two numbers. And if it be a Chevrolet, number one will be on this side. But since we've got a Ford, we want the intake on number one. And the reason I know that's the intake is I can look over here at the head, and that's the head that goes on number one, and the intake valve is in the front. So the intake valve is front. We got it all the way up and zeroed it out. Went back down and got 50 before and 50 after. Take those two numbers and divide by 2. That gives you intake center line. How's that? Yeah, so I'm glad I done that because I had that off a notch. I had it 4 degrees out. I want to set it up as the cam is made for 106. Okay, cam's right. We got the cam right now. Got the right notch. We're good to go. So I already tell I'm gonna need shorter push rods, because these lifters stick out a little bit, and the original flat tappet hydraulic, the lifter was kind of flush with the top. This is way up, so my push rods are gonna be way too long. But I won't know till I get the heads on and get my push rod, adjustable push rod to check to see what length I'm gonna need. So yeah, I'm at to order push rods, so it's gonna be a while. But regardless, now I can get the rest of my pistons in and get the heads on, see how long push rods I need, and get those ordered, and go from there. Yeah, I'm not gonna video knocking pistons in. I mean, you guys know how to do that. You done seen me do that before. Looking good so far. I'm just gonna need shorter push rods. That's gonna be the only thing that slows me down. Okay, got the engine installed, built, installed. Well, I don't have the intake on it yet because I had to order some push rods. And so while I was waiting on the push rods, I went ahead and stuck the engine back in the chassis. And the push rods come in, I got them installed, valves adjusted. All I gotta do now is put the intake on, put some oil, gas, water. It'll be ready to fire up. So be a first crank again. Wish me luck. I got everything hooked up. I'm fixing to spin it. I don't have the spark plugs or spark plug wires in yet, but I'm gonna spin it over, build up oil pressure and fuel pressure. One of the problems is got a timing cover leaking. I don't know if you see it dripping there or not, but yep, it's leaking. I tightened the bolts up super tight, didn't fix it. It's got a little chip broke out of the side of that timing cover. It might be what it is. It wasn't leaking before, but it's leaking now. So the timing cover's got to come off and fix that. Maybe even a new timing cover would probably be the best thing. But regardless, that's not gonna stop me from firing it up. But I'm gonna spin it over and build up some oil pressure first. Go from there. All right, let's see if we get some oil pressure. Not yet. Got oil pressure. Got fuel. Got fuel. Okay, spark plugs, plug wires, it should fire up. All right, got it wired up. Timing cover's still dripping. So what I done, I set it like 10 degrees before fire, number one fire in top dead center. And it's pointing straight, it was pointing straight forward. So I got 1, 5, 4, 2, 6, 3, 7, 8. 1, 5, 4, 2, 6, 3, yeah. Should fire right up. Got gas. Spinning it over to get oil pressure. I got gas up. Ignition. So, I don't know if you guys remember I cranked it up last time, but I had this distributor in and it was kind of popping back, kind of like what it's doing right now. And then we found out it had the cam lobe, lipper collapse. I thought maybe that's what it was. It wasn't the distributor, but I put that distributor back in now and it's still popping. So I'm gonna take it out and put the other distributor in. See if I can fix it. Okay, I got the other distributor in. See what happens now. Pump it a couple times, should fire right up. like a kitten. Mission accomplished. Hey guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I got the best subscribers on YouTube. Matter of fact, if you want to be one, subscriptions are free all week. But hey, we're getting it. We just ain't got it yet. Appreciate you. See you next time.